Once upon a time, the German army from World War II nearly took over the known world. But today, they're going to be fighting their hardest enemy yet. The Stormtrooper Imperial Army. That's right, we're doing Stormtroopers versus Stormtroopers. One from the 1940s and one from a galaxy far, far away. The Imperial Stormtroopers have less troopers and less tanks. However, in Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, after doing some testing, these guys tend to dominate the World War II counterparts. The Germans have more numbers than them, but again are weaker compared to the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod units, and that is why we are balancing them that way. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you would like to see a part 2 to World War II Stormtroopers versus Star Wars Stormtroopers. Let's get into it. Real quick, huge thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. They have literally the best deals in gaming. I use it all the time. If you like Star Wars games, Lego Star Wars for $2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $9. One of my favorite Star Wars games, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, $1.70. If you want to play the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, Men of War Assault Squad 2, $3. Extremely popular games can be up to 99% off. Link in the description below. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. Alrighty then, gamers, let's go ahead and press start right here. We have a small engagement in the very front lines here between the World War II Stormtroopers and Star Wars Stormtroopers before the reinforcements for both sides will end up coming on in here. So these guys are just like straight up line battling it, and Stormtroopers throwing grenades at the World War II units here. So I think they're going to end up winning purely by the fact that they are using the grenades that they have, and the World War II German Army just is not using them at all, having to back up a little bit. Laser fire taking out a lot of the German Army as well. So the German Army pretty much gets curb stomped over here. Same thing happened in this town over this way. This is pretty much the only area of the battlefield where both sides are even in terms of numbers, just to sort of demonstrate how the Star Wars army is a little bit more powerful in this mod compared to the World War II army. We have a small holdout over here, and these guys over here have one last MG right now and are flanking the rest of the World War II Germans over this way. And grenades are going to come through and probably ruin the last of them, and an ADT ends up firing and taking out one of those guys. The grenade lands next to him. They dive out of the way. These Stormtroopers might be able to finish them off right there. Here comes the rest of the Star Wars army. We have those, I think they're called ADTs or ATDTs. One or the other. ATSTs, AT-ATs, which are dropping off their additional units right now, and some tank destroyers for the Imperials here as well. As for the German army, we have Tiger tanks, we have Panzer IVHs, we have Nashorns, we have Panzer IIIs on the battlefield, and a wide variety of infantry as well. A little bit of a traffic jam back here as all of these machines need to figure out who's going first in the streets and whatnot, but the rest of the reinforcements should arrive soon. It seems like the rest of the World War II Germans over this way are getting grenaded fairly heavily. They do a little grenading themselves, but that is going to be devastating. Oh, yikes. Okay, that killed a multitude of these German soldiers, but they do clap back with a few more kills against the Stormtroopers right there. So again, initial engagements for sure go to the Star Wars units. There is a Panzerfaust shot from the Germans off in the distance right there. Tank destroyers coming forward. They're focusing on where the action was, not where the action is going to be. As we have a couple Tiger tanks off in the distance. Well, one Tiger tank and a Panzer III off in the distance. First shot bounces off the tank. That is not a good sign. Holy cow. Alright, and the machine guns on top of the tank destroyers start to rattle off blaster fire as well against the World War II units in the distance. Yikes. ATSTs following up behind too. Panzerfaust actually taking on infantry, although the building absorbs the shock and doesn't end up doing anything right there. So a bit of a whiff, if you were to ask me right there. More shots from the Panzer and Tigers up here. Oh, it is going to be really, really rough. Explosions striking the German army right now as the Empire begins their major tank assault right here. We'll see if numbers triumph over, essentially, power in this. Now, you guys might remember in the Gates of Hell Star Wars Galaxy Edge War mod, we have done some modern battling versus Star Wars units, and in those ones, these Star Wars units are far weaker than modern combat units. Obviously, that is not the case in this mod, but it is funny how you know, World War II units in this are so much weaker than Star Wars units, but modern units are so much better than Star Wars units. I don't know if there's any truth to that in the real world. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously we have upgraded our weaponry over the last 80 years, but still, Star Wars units should be way more advanced. I mean, they have space travel, for goodness sake, am I right? They can destroy a planet, so they should be better. Alright, Tiger Tank doing a little bit of a suicide run over this way. He's getting hit hard by incoming shots. Has yet to be destroyed, though, which is a really good sign for him right here. It does take a few shots to get through ATST shielding, and he doesn't seem to be getting through it just yet. Looks like this tank destroyer over here, though, is down for the count, and this one might also be dead. So at the very least, the Earth Army units are getting some kills on the battlefield, and a couple of ATSTs blowing up over there, too. And here come even more tanks for the German army right now, coming through, side sweeping, doing some work. The infantry isn't really battling too much right now. They're just kind of watching the Goliaths go at each other. Oh, the grenade launchers from the ATSTs start to fire out at the Panzer IV-H. That ATST bites the dust, but the grenades do impact, not seeming to do a lot of damage right there, though. Machine gun on this thing, rattling off at some infantry in the distance. More ATSTs start to go down as they just start to take a lot more damage. This thing is still crewed. That is a big problem with these AT-DTs, is that they can get decrewed relatively easily. We've also still got bazooka troopers in the back here for the stormtroopers that can easily take out panzers that come forward, so that could also be a problem. Here's all this infantry for the Star Wars units coming in the side over this way. And it seems like most of the World War II units are over in these buildings over here. Yeah, very collected over this way. We've also got a number of them over here on the far left. Interesting. There are some Star Wars units still alive over there too, so kind of interesting. But the World War II units are definitely way more concentrated right now versus the Star Wars units, who are a little bit more spread out. I will say, I think the World War II armies are winning the vehicle battles currently. But AT-ATs are extremely slow, so those will factor in at some point here. We're just not entirely sure when. It's just a matter of them moving forward. Nashorn over here gets killed. We've got German Army infantry pushing forward on the left over this way. It looks like a number of them have been struck down by incoming blaster fire, but they're starting to rattle off fire themselves. MGs getting some fire in there, which is good to see. Rockets, though, striking against them. That guy got a little, like, tooted forward right there. That's no bueno. All right, what's going on over this way? These guys still inching forward as well. They would do well to come forward quickly and establish this town as their own position there. They don't seem to be doing it just yet. Okay, a few more Star Wars rockets impacting against the Earth tanks right there. Again, all of the Star Wars tanks are down, so these Earth tanks, really the only thing threatening them right now immediately is going to be these bazooka units. That's why they should send their infantry in first to cover their panzers and prevent these bazookas from hitting them. They're not doing that at all. Instead, they are charging in first and having the infantry coming back, clean up behind. They actually are kind of doing the blitzkrieg a little bit. There's shots going out here. Oh, over here is where those stormtroopers are. Okay, I was like, who are you shooting at right now? Yeah, I would not blitzkrieg these guys, as their bazooka troopers are highly accurate, super deadly. I would use infantry to support your tanks instead of blitzing through with the tanks and then having infantry bat clean up. Do infantry support with vehicles would be the ideal situation right now, and they seem to be doing that starting now, which is good to see. Some Panzerschrecks firing out as well. Very nice. We got some radio ops up here getting gunned down. Oh my goodness. Absolute brutality. The guys on the far left over here continuing to rattle off some shots, which is good to see as well. I don't know, who are you guys rooting for right now? Would you prefer to see the Star Wars units take a W here, or are you rooting for the German Army? Yeah. I don't think I have much of a dog in the race. I guess, like, I kind of like to see Earth armies win because, like, they're the Earth armies and I'm from Earth. But at the same time, the Stormtroopers of the Empire are, like, less bad than the Stormtroopers of Germany in circa 1940s. Although the Wehrmacht was not, you know, part of that party. It was its own separate state institution, but there was a lot of overlap and stuff like that. You know, I'm not getting into the politics of 1940s German military right now. I'm just gonna say I'm having fun watching some Star Wars units, blasting some Earth Army units, and Earth Army units scrapping a few of these Stormtroopers with cold steel bullets. Beautiful, baby. This town is basically becoming a sanctuary for Stormtroopers right now. They're all hiding within it. I think if the World War II Army units were to come over here and wipe out the last of these Stormtroopers, and then pivot and start to squeeze from the side, that would be super helpful. Although there are a few Stormtroopers still backing up from behind, so that could result in their deaths. I don't know, it's tough. I like that they're at least, like, providing backup fire with their tanks. There's a lot of fire output going on right now from the Earth Army, so that's helpful, but infantry-wise, I think they are losing at this point. Tiger tank getting popped right there. That's not good. AT-ATs, they're still really slow, but they're not that far away. I would say they need to get to, like, here, maybe, in order to start firing their main guns. So they are a threat on the battlefield. They will come through eventually and start to probably dominate. And at that point, these guys are going to need all of their tanks left alive and their Panzerfaust left alive to take them out. So take care of the infantry while you have this deep advantage against them right now, and then start worrying about those AT-ATs because they will come through eventually and start wrecking a little bit of house right there. Honestly, just HE shot some of these buildings, completely destroy them. There we go. Someone's taking my advice. Yes, destroy these buildings, blow up their cover, take out the enemies. It's as simple as that. That's all you gotta do, baby. Let's actually go ahead and bump it up a speed here. There we go, some more HE shots entering the buildings right there, weakening the structures, not quite getting the destruction on them. A couple bazooka shots are finding their targets against the human army here. Yeah, there goes another Tiger tank right there. So the Germans are taking losses, still with their tanks, and their infantry is kind of hanging around the back here, not coming forward a whole awful lot to support these guys in the front. It's tough right now. How are the guys on the left doing? Okay, these guys have come forward a good bit now, I would say. They're taking a few sniper shots through the sides right now. MG's blaring out as well, but they clearly got caught in a bit of crossfire because they have lost a few troopers there. I'm noticing actually a Fallschirmjäger paratrooper down on the ground right there, but the rest of them are still rattling off some good fire at the enemy, and that is a bazooka shot going into the building right there. Not sure if it got any kills, but at the very least, I like the thought. I like the thought process behind that. More explosions striking the Stormtroopers right there. AT-ATs, again, not super far away. I don't even know. Are they coming forward? Yeah, they're coming forward. They're coming forward. They're just extremely slow. Extremely slow. Okay, more bazooka shots striking some more Tiger tanks over this way and Panzer IVHs. Oh, es no bueno. We need to get some more kills on these Stormtroopers. Well, I guess everyone on the battlefield could technically be called a Stormtrooper right now. There are still plenty of tanks back here, though. Especially those tank destroyers are just chill, and they know their role is in the back lines, not up front. Their weak armor will just not do that much. Plus, they don't have machine guns with which to take out infantry, so they're just especially weak on this battlefield in particular right now, unless those AT-ATs come forward. But they can do some HE shelling against these buildings, try and take out a few of the Stormtrooper army folks over here. We do have a big surge forward. It seems like the Imperial Stormtroopers are getting a little bit ballsy here and pushing pretty hard. Yeah, look at this. I mean, there is a tank graveyard going on here, down to AT-STs, down AT-DTs, Tiger tanks, Panzers, tank destroyers, etc., providing really good cover, and so those Stormtroopers are taking advantage of that and actually pushing forward a little bit here and managing to do some decent things. I mean, this ain't this ain't too shabby. This is a good Stormtrooper push right now. Not to mention, they're just still constantly getting shelled and shot up over here in this little town. So I think that might be scaring them out of there and forcing them into the streets over this way. But it's pretty opportune as they are getting some kills on some German army soldiers. Another Fallschirmjäger trooper goes down right there. They are considered an elite unit, both in real life and in the game, so that's a pretty good kill for them right there. We actually have some more Stormtroopers pushing up from this direction too. Alright, AT-AT still very slowly coming forward. It's like the big looming threat in the background that is not going to speed up in the slightest apparently, and is just chilling back there. These guys over here are all laying down now and firing away at any German who dares to come out of these buildings. Oh, some nice Panzerfaust shots. Oh, sorry, Panzerschreck shots right there. Whoa, wow, 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 wee, wah. What? Okay, yeah, sure, just ram it. You know what? Don't use your high explosive shells. Use your whole body there. There is definitely a bazooka trooper somewhere around here for the Stormtroopers that will blow this thing up, but he has not peeked his head out just yet. There, he's right there. Brother. Oh, there's another one right there. You guys just need to turn and shoot, and you will kill this thing. Point blank. It's not shooting you either. Maybe they're like, if I don't move, they can't see me. Some sort of Jurassic Park type beat right now. Oh my god, my cat just sat on the computer keyboard. No! Teddy, stop it. He's such a dingus. Alright, so this thing is maybe trying to compromise with the Stormtroopers. Oh, now my cat's meowing at me. He's mad I kicked him off. Okay. Alright, he's on the ground now. Oh, there we go. They finally decide to take matters into their own hands and shoot him. The peace negotiations did not work out with the tank. Oh, Panzer. You tried. Panzer diplomat. And now the crew pops out and gets shot up by laser fire. And they are donezo. Hey, you gotta give them props. They made their best attempt at making peace for the galaxy, for Earth, and they failed miserably. It is what it is. I would say the Earth Army, the humans, the Germans, whatever you want to call them, are kind of winning right now. They're keeping the Stormtroopers at bay. They've kind of assumed a defensive position, which is, I think, what they want to do here. Get that defender's advantage going for yourselves. And the Stormtroopers have lost just more and more troops as time has gone on here to this force. AT-AT is still coming forward, but just so slowly. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse this battlefield for a little bit, because it's just constant firing at each other right now. Okay, so only about a minute and a half time lapse there. The Nashorns, I noticed, are coming forward on the left flank and just full firing into the sides of these buildings. That's pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty sick. So the Stormtroopers are getting hard pressed here by the German army. Very, very hard pressed. It is glorious. Let's go into normal speed right now, because I think we can. Oh my goodness. Just craziness on the battlefield currently. More Stormtroopers dying over this way. They're in like a tight little ball, so if the Germans do push them, I think the Germans would end up dying. It also seems like the Star Wars Army is way more keen on using grenades than the World War II Army is, so I worry about the World War II soldiers getting too far forward into grenading distance, but these Nashorns are tearing apart these boys in the buildings right now. Wow! Oh, they mean business. They are done messing around. Grenade goes into a Nashorn. Second grenade goes into the other one and clears out the crew. Does it completely clear them out? No, there's one soldier still alive. Oh my goodness, that is how weak their armor is, that a thermal detonator will kill them. They get another one off. Doesn't kill it though. Is there still a driver in there? Yes, sir. He is still alive. He is still kicking. My goodness though. Wow. Yep, that's what you get for getting too cocky there, boys. Another grenade lands perfectly in the top, blows it. Oh my god. This is a systematic destruction of the Nashorns, and they're backing up into them now. Oh, okay. This series of events is absolutely bonkers. More Stormtroopers dying from these guys roaming around than to actual explosions from them. My goodness. By the way, during the time lapse, I'm currently recording this on Thursday, June 6th, because I'm actually moving. This video is probably gonna go out Wednesday the 12th, I think, or it might go out Sunday. But I'm trying to schedule some videos ahead of time because I will be moving. So just an FYI for that, there will be some uploads that are going up regularly. There will be some that are going up that have been pre-recorded, like this one, stuff like that. But the Celtics just destroyed the Mavericks in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Let's go C's, baby! Woo! All right, for those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in Massachusetts. Went to school there, lived there for 22 years. Then, right after the pandemic, I moved to California for like 6 months because I had a free place to stay. Maybe like 9 months. Then after that, moved to Austin, Texas with my girlfriend from college, Zelda. And now we're moving to Florida. So we're all over the place, but my heart is still with Massachusetts. I love Massachusetts. I love Massachusetts sports. Yeah, so I'm super happy to see the C's back in the finals again. Let's go, baby. This is our year. And the AT-AT arrives. One of them gets knocked over back here. The other's still super far behind, but one other has entered into the chat. And the Stormtroopers have been getting bullied for a long time now, and this might be their chance for vengeance. This thing is targeting Tiger tanks that are still alive currently. It's too bad some of those Nashorns ended up dying. Actually, almost all of them, if not all of them, are dead now, because those would have been huge tools to use against the AT-AT. This thing is just constantly stunning the Tiger tank. Tiger tank finally gets a shot off, but it might be too late. That thing might be dead. Nope, it's still firing. All right, we've got the World War II German Beast versus the Imperial Beast right here. I'm gonna put my money on the AT-AT, but it is still not able to kill it just yet, although it hasn't been getting many direct hits with its main gun at all, so that is a factor. Its secondary fire weapon is hitting a little bit here, but it's more like an AA fire than an armor-piercing. Imperial Stormtroopers actually moving through right now. Looks like they wiped out a lot of this German infantry recently. There's still some snipers back here and riflemen ready, though, to intercept. All of these tanks are dead. Is this the last remaining World War II tank? This is. This Tiger tank is it. It's actually got 31 infantry kills, and it could potentially kill an AT-AT right now. If we look at the battle map at the top left, red are Stormtroopers from Star Wars left alive. Blue are Stormtroopers from World War II left alive. There's another AT-AT back there, but somehow this Tiger tank is standing up to this AT-AT, which is crazy. Grenade goes off, takes out those German World War II troops right there. There's still more back here and back here. And then there's a little bit back here and over to the far right over this way. But then their main force is very dead. This sniper has 16 kills. This one has 6. This rifleman has 2. Alright, so they've got decent kills in the middle here. This Panzer Shrek has 0. This guy's got 0. This guy's got 0. This guy's got 0. This guy's got 1. And this guy's got 1 as well right there. Wow, I am shocked that this thing is still alive. That's crazy. I thought the AT-AT would come out here and just pop Tiger tanks like nobody's business. That is not happening in the slightest. I mean, have we seen many main gun shots connect? Nope, those ones went over its head again. The main gun of the AT-AT is clearly not very accurate here and is extremely bad at shooting this track disabled, by the way, Tiger tank. But I do see some Panzer Shreks, well, they're bazookas for the Stormtroopers coming forward here. So those, where'd he go? Oh, there's one right there. Yeah, those could pop this thing easily, so we'll just have to look out for that because this thing might get popped by infantry if it's not careful, and if the World War II German infantry back there doesn't support it enough. This sniper, though, is all alone now. He's got 7 kills now. Ooh, crew injured, so it is doing damage to this thing. Oh, actually, there's only one trooper. Oh, and it finally gets hull destroyed. And that is it for World War II tanks right now. Oh! But the infantry is still getting good kills. And the AT-AT could get killed by infantry. But for now, it's vibing. Big time. and it's going to start its reign of terror. Still some Panzerschrecks back here, but it's going to start firing into infantry right now. Missing many of its shots, though. Many of its shots. The infantry's highlighted here. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse this little bit here while this thing starts to try and shoot infantry, although it's missing a lot. Alright guys, well it's been about 4 minutes here, and actually the World War II Germans have pushed forward. Oh, big grenade. They're stepping up their grenading. They didn't get the kills, but that's okay. Yeah, World War II Germans actually stepping up a little bit here. This sniper has 13 kills. Their snipers have popped off. This Panzerschreck has 5 kills. Stormtroopers, I think, are losing the infantry game, believe it or not now. They seem to be very defensive, and the German army, whenever these Stormtroopers do pop their heads out, seem to be able to clap them pretty good. This sniper has 8 kills. This sniper has 21. The Stormtroopers for the Empire do have snipers themselves. Let's see, this trooper over here has 1 kill and 1 tank kill because it is a bazooka trooper. This guy's got 1 kill. This guy's got none. This sniper has 6. So yeah, this guy's got 2 kills. This guy's got none. Yeah, Stormtroopers do have kills. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, we got some movement over here. Interesting. Still some light fire from both sides going out. All right. They're getting some Stormtrooper kills here. It seems like the World War II Army actually does better in these guerrilla-style battles versus sort of the beginning battle, which was a much more grand stage, large, 2 armies smashing against each other style battle. Yeah, it seems like humanity is better with the guerrilla-style warfare. This AT-AT has not been that powerful, to be honest. It's got 6 infantry kills, 1 tank kill. And I have a feeling it's going to trip itself up and fall over. That's one of the definite design failures of the AT-AT, after all. But yeah, right now, I mean, World War II Stormtroopers, they're holding. They've pushed forward a little bit, but for the most part, they are still just like waiting for the enemy to pop their heads up and then killing them when they see the chance. So I don't know if they could get shots on that AT-AT or the AT-AT falls. That would be massive for him, but I don't really see that. Oh, there's a few Panzerschrecks still left alive, so there's that, I guess, but just not many. Just not many overall. I don't know. It's probably still going to be a Stormtrooper Star Wars victory, but I don't know. Maybe the World War II armies can do this. I guess we'll find out. Let's go ahead and time-lapse way over here. That way we can see everyone. All of the highlighted units are World War II Germans. And anyone else is going to be Star Wars. Alright boys, the World War II Army is pretty much done here. They've got a total of 4 soldiers. Actually, they're all Panzerschreck soldiers, so bring them on forward. Let's get them shooting into this puppy. See if they can't kill the AT-AT, but there's going to be a lot of infantry coming at them very soon if they don't do this quickly enough. So let's see. They're getting those shots up there. AT-AT's got a lot of armor. I really don't think it's the AT-ATs that won it for the Star Wars Stormtroopers, though, because this is the only one that came forward and only has 7 infantry kills and a vehicle kill. Although that Tiger tank probably would have gotten more infantry kills on the Star Wars Stormtroopers, but at the same time, it really... Oh, these guys are going down quickly. It would have been killed by a bazooka trooper from the Star Wars units as well anyway, so I'm not really sure. I'm not fully convinced. I do think the Star Wars units did deserve this victory, but the German army did end up fighting back pretty decently. Red are dead Stormtroopers for Star Wars, yellow are dead Germans. Obviously, a lot of them have been reduced to helmets and guns as they got run over and exploded and things like that for both sides, so this is really not an accurate representation. Here's the weapons highlighted too, but it just makes it really hard to tell because it's all red. But either way, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys would... Excuse me, hiccup. If you guys would like to see a part 2 to this, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.